Hello, everyone, to the 12th day of Iron Order Alliance Internal match and all that. So, I hope you're all having a nice dandy one and all that. It looks like there's some attacks Freemason is doing through my territory. I'll check that out in a second, but first off, let me get my first heavy mech, and probably only heavy mech up. Thank you very much. How long will that take? I'll take that much time. So let's check it out, shall we? So Freemason's Lodge is going to be wrapping up the First Nation League, which looks like he's stretched across his land and taken us. He's actually reclaiming the land. Very interesting indeed. Now, there is a major fight going on here that we'll look at in a second. So, this right here is being obliterated. And, yeah, First Nation League is out of here. Thankfully, he is just an AI, so no big deal, really. Now, let's look at what the Freemasons Lodge has as always, shall we? So he still is going for Combined Army. He has upgrades me next. They are level 2 now. I don't know if I mentioned yesterday if they were there yesterday at level 2. But he is going for Artillery, Light Tank, Solo Infantry, and Medium Mechs. A very solid all-around option. Now, as we said before, he doesn't have any anti-air or anti-ship, which could be bad for him in the future. Now, we do see over here at Bermuda that he is going into it. Very, very good. Now, before we look at the Dutch-American War, has peace been achieved? That is certainly interesting. Wow. That is very, very interesting. This is going to be a lot to go through. So, it seems like Texas, Mexico, and Freemasons Lodge have all decided to take out Dutch America. This was bound to happen to Bannock as he was in the middle of the map. So, considering he's facing a combined force of 3 people, I think we can safely say it was nice knowing him. Now, interestingly down here, it looks like Venezuela may have went AFK. He did! So Venezuela has actually went AFK and left the match. So now, to my knowledge, Venezuela is just an AI, which is very interesting. Now, I'm only saying this because of the fact that I don't recognize that leader name. I believe it was different. He's declared war on Cuba, then made peace. Everything points to it. Or maybe he's not. But, as you can see here, Dutch America is gone. So, Bannock, it's nice knowing you. Now, Texas and Mexico using this to cascade their power into further events. Okay, this just threw me off. So, Hispanic Nueva Mexico has actually uploaded a custom profile picture for their nation. So that is interesting indeed. Nice choice. So now, we got King Reaper. Princeps, who looks like he's rebuilt his capital. Good job to him. So, Princeps, King Reaper, Sandy's Man, Victor, Smoking Caliber, now Alan the XI. So Dutch America did try his best. Now, if he had accepted peace from the Freemasons, he may have survived. But just like being thrown to the dogs, he has been torn apart by multiple nations. So as I said, it's nice to meet Bannock. Now, very few people remain. And it looks like here that Hades' star in Venus Rising is going to win. Right now, they have 1/3 of the points needed for a team victory. And at this point, with Bannock out of here, that's going to be very, very good for them. Now, I am curious about this. Okay. So, yeah. Let's look at Texas's armament, shall we? He is going for motorized. He is going for artillery. He is going for everything, but not upgrading it. He has upgraded motorized, though, so that's good for him. But sadly, as y'all know, having a big army is good, but being under-leveled is bad. So Texas is actually taking on Dutch America, as I suspected he would attack. I did have some feelings that Mexico, well, which Mexico for one? Normal Mexico would come in and fight, and it looks like that is exactly what happened. So Hispanic Command of Mexico is making moves, though. He is building up his army, and it looks like he does want to prep to maybe attack Russia. That'd be very interesting to see. As you can see here, he does have bombers up. He does have bombers up and all that, which could give him a really big advantage here. Now, we can see that each person's using their own specializations to their advantage. So it looks like, from what I can tell, let's see, where did Mexico push? I did say Brandon and all that. So let's look. Let's see, where is that at? So he's actually taken apart all the way up here from Dutch America. So he's attacking him on the eastern front along with Freemasons Lodge, while Texas is doing a southern front against him, which is going to be very interesting to see who takes the most land from him. Now this will submit Texas and Mexico into a winning position at this point once they capture it, which will be very critical to them. Now, as we can see here, Venezuela does know that Mexico has subs around some of these places, and as a result, he is still going for, he's going for subs now. Very interesting. So this is a complete flippant strategy. So instead of going for his heavy mech with infantry and militia strategy with light tanks, he's actually going for submarines with anti-mech guns now to counter what they have. That is a complete change up in his strategy that we've seen. Now, will this pay out for him? We do not know, but looks like he has them chilling back in preparation for cities are taken. For whatever reason, he is bringing this up to Barranquilla though, and we hope that will work out for him. Now, Mexico still has a tight control on the Panama Canal down here, and with this, it will still be hard as ever for any invasions to happen if you can't break through the subs and artillery. Now, if we look up here, it looks like that is right. Nassau is actually going to be taken over by Venezuela. So Venezuela is not going to spare Cuba anything except a small area right here to let him stay in the game. So in all for that, it was nice knowing you, Nassau residents. So we can see here that there's a lot of map boundaries that look really weird and all that. Let's look at Hispanic Command of Mexico's army outside of his air. He does have militia. He does have medium mechs. He does have normal infantry. And sadly, his stuff isn't as upgraded as some of the others, but the bombers may come in really handy in the future. Now, Mexico's army. Now, he is still keeping a strong defensive line here with artillery and infantry. He's keeping them up to par with research and all that to make sure he stays as powerful as he can. And it looks like he is moving artillery here to Tegucigalpa. And next to that, he is building a submarine in San Salvador, which is going to be very interesting to see how he uses his subs, as he now has amassed a big enough subfleet to sink anyone else's navy here. Very interesting. Now, it looks like he is pulling units back. Oh no, Venezuela is actually moving units in here, right? Did I click on that? Did I click on the right one, or did I click on the wrong one? I have clicked on the wrong one, it seems like. So these units here aren't actually going down there. That would be... what would that be? What is planning to go this way? If it ain't this, it's not you. It's not you, and it's not... oh, it's this. The Mexico transfer. So he is bringing artillery back. So it looks like he wants to get this coastline under his complete control, so if anyone tries to pass by, he can return with rapid artillery fire or to defend against a pending Venezuelan invasion, which may or may not come to pass. So now, we've got one more person to look at, I think. So we looked at Cascadia stuff. Let's look at his defensive capabilities. He does a little bit of infantry. He does have some light tanks and militia. So he is slowly recovering his army, but sadly from the injuries he sustained, motorized and light tanks will not pull him back that easily. But what he is doing though is trying to take out Russian America, and as always, Mexico did see a chance to take out New Archgelsk with his 6 stack. Now, could they actually beat this stack right here? Maybe they can, and maybe they cannot. Let's look at the difference here. 8.1 defensive damage versus 17 attacking. Now this is overstacked. This gives him a disadvantage on top of this being level 4 fortification, which gives him a highly defensive bonus. So I think we can say for certain that Russian America will win this fight here, as Cascadia is pushing through Russian America to capture the cities, and as he's doing that, he'll be able to slowly get back some resources that he's lost due to the fight of Hispanic Pride of Mexico. Now, we can see here that a lot of connections are going to be happening. This looks like he could be preparing to do a big stack up and to split them out for multiple attacks on different fronts. Now, will this come as a big clash between the mighty nations, or will it all just fizzle out, with Dutch America being the last casualty as the Freemasons Lodge and Russian America are swept up? We shall see, but for some predictions we're going to make now, I think Cascadia's time is very limited here, as we've all been keeping a close eye on him, and I'm sure with what I've seen from Mexico, he knows Cascadia is weak from the war with Hispanic Pride of Mexico, and from he's seen with Hispanic Pride of Mexico's victory and pushing it back and even forcing a peace treaty too that Cascadia offered up first. We can assume Mexico knows that Cascadia would be a great target to go for next for a victory. Now there could be a chance here. If Texas is fast enough, he could potentially, oh, he's going to let Freemasons get, but there is no connections currently unless they go through another person's territory. But if they can make a connection to Cascadia that isn't through the water, they could easily wipe him off the map in a day or two instead of multiple days on moving some infantry around. Now that, of course, does depend on the actions taken here. But as you can see, Mexico is like the White Ranger. He has a lot of places on his control. Panama Control, the bottom of Baja, Baja, California. He's going to have the Russian city over here if he brings in more infantry. He controls LA, which, to be fair, I don't think everyone wants to control. And now he's doing really risky stuff. Now, as you can see up here, though, Freemasons Lodge is going to put an end to this fight soon, and I will say that will be it for this one, for this daily video of our internal match. Now, we'll see how this heats up, or maybe it cools down in the next one tomorrow. Peace.